quite possibly one of the nastiest Fox bodies I've actually pulled in to date. We're gonna try to get this car running in its current form after it's been sitting for over 25 years. So if you're interested in checking that out, stick around. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, so let me bring you up to date. We bought 2 Foxbody parts cars in Michigan this past week. Got a pretty good deal on them, but it really wasn't what I was expecting. And I mean, if you can just tell by the glass, the rot, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen it that rotted out that bad. This car had been sitting for a long time. So this was a 2-for-1 deal that we got in Michigan. We had to get them both. We couldn't just get one, and I wasn't gonna make the trip to Michigan twice. So me and cousin Paul ended up loading up the white truck and the black truck, and we got our trailers and we were on the road. Long story short, there's a bunch of stuff in here that we're gonna go through real quick on the video. We're gonna get the car off the trailer, and then we're gonna try to start it right here in the shop. But first things first is we gotta get it off the trailer. Then we gotta get some gas. Probably have to put a hot battery in it, see if the thing actually turns over. Real curious to see if this car will actually fire up. They say it hasn't been started in over 20 years, just been moved a little bit. Sat in a barn, sat outside. These things were literally rotted to the ground. But yeah, full of car parts. What in the hell? Wow. I mean, some of this stuff is like rotted to the floor pan. Jeez, Pete. That looks promising. The funny part is these cars had been sitting for so long that the front rotor actually rotted off when I had to knock the caliper off in the drums just to get the car to actually move. So this car had been sitting a long time. So I'm gonna be super curious to see if this thing actually fires up. Whew, it's probably gonna blow cobwebs everywhere. Looks like the rain's starting to set in. So I'm gonna go get my long sleeve shirt, and we're gonna get these ramps out and get this car off. Rain don't stop me, bro. Had to air some of the tires up on the winch. It was getting caught, but you can see in here I had to bust the calipers off, and this rotor wasn't even there. It's just all rotted out. This thing's in such poor condition. I feel bad for it, but we're still gonna see if this thing runs. Put our good battery in it from our trailer, and maybe a couple gallons of fresh gas, and I'm just gonna crank it over and see if the damn thing actually starts. So like I said, I had to air some of the tires up because it's getting caught on this big old monster trailer. So all right, so we managed to get the car off the lift nice and safe. But you can see this poor thing has been through God only knows how many modifications. Somebody put like a V-belt on there with a tensioner. I don't know what's going on down here, but that don't make me very confident. So hopefully the car turns over, but we're about to take the battery out. We're about to find out. But one thing we did have to do, not sure what the hell this is right here and why it's here. We'll find out. One thing we got to do is we got to hook the ignition back up because me and cousin Paul did not have a key to this car. So unfortunately the ignition had to be monkeyed with. So we didn't break the ignition, but yeah, let's see if we can get it to crank over. All right, so some of our efforts have failed here. Can't get the solenoid here to really kind of jump over, and I had to fix the ignition. We did get power to the car, so there was power that was actually engaging in the car as we was able to pop the fuel door. But yeah, this is where we're at. I got to get the rest of the ignition in, and worst case scenario, we'll throw some starting fluid in the tube over there. Since this is speed density, it doesn't really matter if we don't have a working fuel pump. But let's go ahead and check the oil while we're here talking about it. And it doesn't look like it has any oil in it at all. But there might be some. We don't want to ruin it, but I mean, there's a little bit of oil in there. I'm not worried about it. It's only going to be running for a minute. Looks like it's getting something at the bottom of this dipstick. Definitely a couple quarts low, but whatever. We're just here to see it fire. All right, so we ended up actually pouring some old diesel oil that we just took out of the black truck into it, because I don't want to, you know, if this thing actually fires or spins over, you know, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to like ruin the motor. But, and this is 1540 over here, so looks like we put a little bit more in, and you know, we should be on the like safe side to try to get this thing to fire. This is crazy. Well, at least I have oil in it. You know, once again, you know, I didn't hear a when I put the key on, I didn't hear a fuel pump prime. So what we are going to do is take the battery charger that we got and stick it up to this battery and give it that, you know, like super voltage, whatever. That seems like that starter like doesn't want to like crank or whatever. But you guys are here in a second, because I'm going to set the camera up here when I'm trying to start it. Boost charge. All right, so give you a little bit of an update. We had it spinning around with the starter. The motor wasn't moving, so we were hitting the side of the starter in the K member trying to get it to spin or whatever. But we're gonna go ahead and take this old radiator out. This is disgusting. And get to the front of the block, because we got to make sure that the block isn't all seized up or whatever. See if we can break it loose a little bit. Well, it's not looking good here, folks. Can't get the crank to actually move. I can't get the motor to actually turn over. As you can see here, it's just tightening the bolt on the balancer. So as a last ditch effort to try to get this motor to fire, we're going to spray some WD down in the cylinders and see if it doesn't like free itself up. So I don't know, looks like a thing that might be locked up, which is unfortunate. One side's done, lubricated. We'll let it sit there for a while, try to get it cleaned out. We're gonna go ahead and take that speed density. I mean, we're going above and beyond to try to get this thing fired, but you know, it is what it is. It's good content for the channel. We're gonna go ahead and we'll take this off. We're not gonna need this tube when we try to fire it anyways, because it's speed density. I'm gonna try to get behind these plugs over here and get them. If I get the motor actually, you know, moving, then maybe I could change the starter, throw some starter fluid in it, see if the damn thing runs after 25 years. So we have tried our damnedest to get this thing to run all the way to the point to where we pulled plugs to get some WD-40. We sprayed some WD-40 in the block, and we're gonna let it sit for a couple days. We're gonna probably come back and try to spin the motor again, see if we can't break it loose a little bit, because it is not moving. So we're going to go ahead and continue with the video on the stuff that's in it that came with it. Let's go through the car and see what kind of goodies we got here and get them out. Okay. Got some trim here. I'll just start throwing stuff over here. Some old carpet, junk. Looks like a seat cover. Good Lord, that thing is just completely ate up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out. Oh, I got some good ground effects pieces. Keep. Even though it's warped, we'll keep it. Wonder if this shade actually works. This is usually where they're broke at. But that works. This is actually pretty good. The stocks aren't broken on it. Same with this armrest. Wow, look at the pad. I'm not worried about the cleanliness. We can clean this up. We can completely take this apart and restore it. Well, here's the GT taillights. They don't look broken. More junk here. Very impressed with not being broken sitting back here. Edelbrock Performer intake, okay. Not a carburetor type of guy. Cleaned up. Can go to the right home. Decent console. Still got the spring. Put that in our pile. Nice. No tabs are broken on it. I like it. Another GT wing. You can see the other one from the other car sitting over here. And we did get a cow hood from it. All right, so let's see. It's in the front here. Euro taillights. Oh, I hate these things. I used to actually have these in my white car a number of years ago. Those are probably brand new, and the guy never did anything with them. What's in this box? Okay, cool. New headlights. Okay. Somebody really liked the Euro look. Cobra intake looks intriguing though. Let's see if this is like a factory one. Fords. All right, looks like we got a Ford SN95. That's exactly what it is. Cool, man. All right. We got this box right here. That's a gear, bro. It ain't good though. It's a 373. Probably out of an Explorer. Got an F6 number on it. But it's a shame it's all rusty. Dang. What a shame. Alright guys, that's pretty much all I got for you. We found some stuff that we could clean up and restore. Definitely some pretty cool parts. Some of them new, some of them used. Got a Cobra intake. There's some brand new headlight and tail lights in there that I would probably never use, but they're brand new. We'll clean them up and sell them. But guys, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes cars are just parts cars, and unfortunately, I think that's what this car's all about. But we're gonna continue to try to get it started and get it running. So I'm gonna try the old school trick where you put a little WD in the cylinders and get the motor to kind of open up a little bit. But we might be able to hear it fire, we might not. It is what it is. I was kind of disappointed myself, but this car's in really poor shape. And so isn't the other one that you haven't seen yet. That's pretty much the same exact color. But it is what it is. These cars are getting old. Got to take care of what we got. Unfortunately, some cars are just parts cars, and that looks like that might be the situation here. But you guys enjoy this sort of content. Make sure you guys leave me a big thumbs up on the video. Helps grow the channel. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, and check out that join button for channel membership, as we do have perks to the channel. Outside of that, guys, I just appreciate you watching. I will see you soon in the next video.